time permits. She's working today with Wayne Bushell. They have a gazebo over in the corner here. Wayne was born in Zimbabwe. Lived when he was growing up on a 15,000-acre farm with some 90 horses to play with, and he's travelled the world working with horses. Put simply, he says, be the kind of person your horse wants you to be. Create a good communication, create a bond, and fear-free training. Natural horsemanship, finding the personality and the character of the horse and pony that you're working with, and then relate to that. Don't start off with rigid rules as to how you think the horse is supposed to behave, because the horse won't have read the same book as you. So we need, with horses, with ponies, to spend some time discovering.
Barbara Reid, Lightfoot Bob.
Okay, so Carla and I met a couple of months ago. We haven't really worked together, so this morning we're going to work together. I'm going to talk to you about horsemanship, what horsemanship is, and what it means to the horse, and being able to communicate with your horse, connection and trust, things there. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so we're just going to have a little walk around. Okay, just a brief introduction. My name's Wayne. I'm originally from Zimbabwe, or back in the day, Rhodesia. Brought up on a cattle farm, and we had loads of horses, and we learned about horses as we were growing up. Learned a lot of wrong things.
With Barbara Reid, Lightfoot Bob.
At the time, but since then I've been on a horsemanship journey around the world, learning from different horsemen, but mainly learning from horses.
So let's tack them up now and move on to the written class.
Okay, so we can see Carlo is fairly relaxed. And today we're going to challenge him a little bit, because he hasn't done this type of work before, but he's been to shows, he's been around. Just going to walk him around, let him have a look around. Pretty relaxed. So growing up in Zimbabwe, we spent all our time on the horses. Often we'd miss school to go fishing on horseback. We would spend our holidays on horseback, camping out in the bush, fishing with our horses. We learned a lot about horses and animals in general, because we lived on a vast estate with lots of zebra, impala, kudu.
So I'm sorry, I'll give you some
So
tough
our
information.
horses had to
Next
be
class, of course, is
pretty reliable when it came to dealing with
young stock class
animals.
309. Class
Interesting
309.
thing is that when they're brought up with these things, they don't need to worry about them as much as the horse that has been exposed. In one of the areas they struggle with cows in the UK, so often cows will scare the horse and put him into a state of fear. So introducing your horses to different environments, different animals, it takes some skill and patience, but most of all, learning how to communicate with horses. So what I say is, think like a horse, you'll get on with a horse. Think like a human, and you'll probably struggle. So what we want to do is get inside the horse's mind, rather than ask him to work with us through fear or harsh methods. I'm just going to have a look here and just start to work on my pressure and release on him. He's learning to release pressure and being able to let go with timing to get this horse to drop his pole below his wither. You see here he's quite a little bit resistant to that. So that shows me that he's left. There we go. So just get him to drop his head down and relax. This is I call this my home base. Bringing my horse in to be able to relax, release, and also to think. Over the years I've learned that horses need a little time to think, and we often, when we're training, we don't give them enough time to actually think. So we're just working on that pressure and release here with him, just a little bit at a time. As you can see, he's starting to release a little bit, but his anxiety will stop him from dropping. And try to also pull back on you. When you start to teach your horse this method of pressure and release, it's really soft and gentle, just getting him to drop. We don't want to just use it. So just getting him to drop, so when we start to ask him to do things, we can bring him back to that home base and he can relax. His head's nice and low. So when I'm working with my horse, I'd like him to do all the exercises that I'm asking him to do with a nice low head carriage, with a nice state of mind and connection. See how he's looking around and everything. He's taking everything in. It's fine. But he wants to stop that for now. There's all the time for that. We've only got 45 minutes, so what we're going to do is start to teach him how to move around us and move his shoulder, his hindquarters around us. Bearing in mind, this is the first time I've worked with him. So that was really good. Probably done some lunging before, but what we're doing is we're not lunging. We're sending him around different directions to get his thought process with me. So by moving the feet, you get the mind. Once you use those feet, access the mind, then I access the mind to get the feet. So just teaching him how to walk around me and the hindquarter heel and start to communicate with me.
Final goal, session number 13
First time.
in the Nestfield Ring.
So you've got to work on a hindquarter heel. So getting him to move left and right around. You can see he wants to come in towards me. So the reason why I'm sending him around is to get those feet moving and establish some connection and direction with him. Yeah, stop and give me through the face and see if I can get that hindquarter around. So once I've finished the maneuver or I'm starting to teach my horse to do different things, I always find a place where they can relax, release and ground time. And see if we can release. He's watching the dogs over there. He's been out on hunting before, so he's quite keen on it.
Final call for class 309 to the Nestfield Ring.
See what's going on around him. So I'd like him to do it in a more relaxed state. So being able to drop his head down and relax. So we're going to work on that. So see that his state of awareness or anxiety is a little high when he walks towards those dogs and he looks at them. So that could be because he's been hunting, or it could be that he's a prey animal. So dogs prey on horses, zebras. So it's going to take him past these dogs here. Don't be worried about that. So just start to draw him towards me. So just get him to start to follow my feet. My goal is eventually that I can do liberty with him without a rope or a halter. But being able to start off with real basics to start with is a really important part of the process. Being able to get the horse to drop and release here and do a little bit of pressure. You might find that he might put his head up, he might go backwards, he might go forward. We're looking for relaxation. So and release, so teaches him how to release the pressure. It's really important for him to learn this process and then be able to release. So you'll see his lips start to move, to start to lick and chew a little bit, so a bit more relaxation coming from it. It's important to be able to a lot of the information comes to you through the ears, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, all those little subtle body language changes I'm always aware of. So making sure that I'm reading my horse so that I can understand what's going on with him. Yeah, he's a little distracted looking around, so I'm going to bring him back here and soften him and start him to stand here and relax. So this is my home base. When I start my training process, I always come back to this place here of relaxation and also relax and think, and also just checking on his state of mind. So any position below the pole for me is a relaxed state. So we're just teaching him how to relax and release. Find the place where he can relax. Something else got his attention now. So I'm always aware of what's going on around him. So we're going to step back from that. And we're just going to send him around. He's being a really good boy. Taking my commands quite nicely. So when you start this process, often we watch videos about starting this process. It's really hard to get going without someone showing you what to do. But the way I look at it is the horse is long and the human is tall. So using our 14-foot training rope, so we get some hindquarter and a little bit to turn the facing, so start to get his attention.
We're delighted to welcome you to the
The
ring
horse is
to
long,
judge this foreign
human is
breed
tall,
class.
so we just use our 14 rope to
Stephanie
emulate him.
Turner.
So if I ask him to step in the direction left
Welcome
or
her
right,
back, her
I
past
just point,
champion
so
here
I give my direction,
the Kent
my
County
intention,
Show.
and a little bit of motivation. So the horse starts to read my body language.
Stephanie Turner of
Horses
College Farm Stud
rely on reading your body language.
is judged all over the world.
So I'd say 98% of a horse's language,
Not
body
only
language.
that.
So learning how to read that,
She's been national champion
understand
with
that,
the same
and for
horse
him to start to
6 times
understand
running.
how I operate. So consistency is the key. So
Judging these
for
foreign breeds
example,
now,
here, you'll see your
Stephanie Turner
hindquarter
from
heel
Staymarket.
coming towards me, and should start to relax a little more. So 5 years, release and relax. Struggling with this one a little bit. Once he gets it, so the slightest try, you might be starting with a horse who's unfamiliar, you might get a pullback. Might be hard to just release and relax. So once you get that pole below the wither, you'll find that you start to release and relax. And see him out of ground time. And let him go there and then relax. So he's quite a placid horse. He's not really too worried about things, but as you'll see there, he's walking into my space. So if I want to move that shoulder, I'll just send him around and ask him to move around. Eventually I can walk, trot, and on a longer line I can canter a circle around without much effort. So often when we're lunging, we're chasing our horse around, and there can be an element of fear and less understanding of what I'm asking for. So eventually I can stand still and send him around me and a walk, a trot, and a canter. He's fairly relaxed, he's poles below his wither. Just going to see if he'll walk around. It's quite normal for him to turn at this stage because it's still early days. But eventually I can teach him to take responsibility. For trot and my canter. He'll also be able to disengage his hindquarters and just turn and face him. So you can see it's all about managing the space between you and being able to be calm when things go bad. And reaction is to be calm and respond to the situation rather than react. So it's not what happens, it's how we deal with it. So getting your horse to relax, release, often decreases the amount of stress that they're having. So being able to identify when they're stressed and be able to give them a place of relaxation is critical to my training process. So being able to
Foreign breed youngster class.
a little bit of peace.
Two Morgan horses and a PRE and a Lucia. The Morgan horse, one of the earliest horse breeds developed in the United States. They can all trace the
So we're just going to move his feet a little bit more here.
lines
Move around. You'll notice that he'll step in towards me and I've got to move that shoulder away. So learning how to use your training aid, for example, your rope, putting on your halter properly, being able to give the right cues to your horse without much effort is my goal. So less is more. So the less I
Morgan
have
came in
to
national
get
reduced the American need for a
work
horse
with me, the better. So you got to understand my body
with
language.
the stylish on the harness
So
and quick.
it's all about managing the space between you. So to start with, I want some simple things like
became a
sitting
favourite
left, right,
with
backwards,
family
forwards, around.
as well.
But my most important point is
Popularity in
relax.
the United
You
States.
see at the moment that he's tolerating what I can tolerate. He's not 100% relaxed. So if I can get him to start to release a little bit here, and I'm just going to do a little bit of reverse psychology on him and just see if I can pitch his head the other way a little bit. Not used to that. What I call reverse psychology and just see if you'll start to soften him. A couple of things you can do to help your horse to relax. And when I'm working with a young horse, I want to be able to do these things. I want to be able to anxious, they'll bite their teeth together. Same as us, when we get anxious, sometimes we don't even know we're doing it. So by lifting up the jaw, we get some relaxation, also release up the muscle. So we get a new touch. Another little tip you can use for relaxation is just a little massage around the nose area here. This nose area here connects with the emotional side of the brain. It helps with relaxation. Some horses take a while to get used to this, but you often see when there's stress coming, you can wrinkles around the nose, or perhaps horses have a slightly tough time. It could be a fly. Okay, so you can see now how he's softening and relaxing a little more. Start to use his jaw more and release. So hopefully by the end of this session, you'll have him yawning and a really good safe place. He's having a look around. So step away, okay? Just see if I can get him to follow me. So important that I work on equal amounts of draw and push with my horse. So when you come to me, move away from me, I can heel, go left and right.
Historically, it's been known for its prowess as a war horse.
So just moving those feet. What I'm looking for here is head nice and low and relaxed. Not really stressed about it, coping with the crowd well. What I was going to ask the crowd to do is just give me a clap. On 3, I'll just count to 3. If you can give me a nice loud clap, I just want to see how you react to that. 3, 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay, so he's used to a crowd, isn't he? Boy, he's not even worried about that. So I do work with horses and do demos, and often I'll have a horse come in, and the first time we clap, the horse absolutely loses it because it hasn't had that sort of intensity before. So now I'm going to send you the other way around, so you can see me stuck there a little bit. Now I'm going to be able to do the shoulder over, just getting gently move around. The key is not to put too much pressure, and also know how to release and when to release. Turn again, so it's getting a little better. Go the other way. So you can see when a horse resists, his head goes up in the air, so that's quite normal. Bird environment, they'll play, fight, or challenging each other. One of the things they do is put their head up in the air to get taller than the other horses. So quite often the resistance will come from a high head carriage, and you'll start to challenge me a little bit. So this is horses work on, they're a herd animal, and they work on a hierarchical system, and they're all looking for leadership. So that comes back to the human in our society, in our environment. So that place of relaxation where you can feel calm, relaxed, and release. It also helps with the training process or you out riding to recognize what I call stacking. So often the horse will pick up on different things along your outride, and the intensity just grows. So it may be a motorbike, it may be a bicycle, and then a pigeon flies down, and then finally a butterfly flies across the road and the horse takes off. Often that's just a case of stacking. So the horse has picked up all this information around it, and the overflow, at some point it's going to overflow with stress. So finding a place of relaxation is really important. So he's got a little thing here where he pulls back on pressure. Just important there not to pull back on it. I'm going to go see if I can just get my hold. See, when I come back to this relaxation thing, he resists a little and then he'll give it to you. So it takes a little bit of time. So horsemanship is really about patience, being emotionally aware of yourself, your horse, and then connect with your environment. So being able to understand the environment that your horse lives in and thinking like a horse is really important. They can smell way better than us, they can hear way better than us, and they can taste way better than us. So they often pick up listen to your horse in an environment, you'll find out maybe a bicycle coming down the road. Your horse will tell you way before you get there. But if you're not aware of that, you won't know. As well, same as you won't know. So I'm trying to get a hindquarter heel here. Just a little bit, so on to that. I'm going to do a little bit of walking. So I'm not sure my time is right. But what my goal is eventually is that my horse will move with me,
winner, number 96.
walk around with me,
Ian Martins,
and
Morgan
be able
Horse,
to connect with my feet. Once I've got connected with my feet, I can walk, trot, and just try a little.
second place.
Yeah, we haven't done a lot at all, to be honest with you.
With the
Spent
double
quite a bit
with
of
Michelle
time just
Snelling,
getting him to release,
PRE,
relax a little.
Zeus.
But we can have a little go and he'll follow me around.
To Nicola Martin with Morgan Horse, BZH, Oil,
My
and
horse
then
eventually come up next to me, follow me around, and I don't have to use a rope. I just use my body language, showing my intention and direction. So he's done really well in terms of connecting with my feet. He's got a lot to learn on the groundwork side of things. There's a huge program that you work through. In this really depends what you want to do with your horse. But the most important thing is that the horse is relaxed and you can release the training process. So you're going to try that again. And you can experience the environment around him with a slower complete carriage in a quiet position. And if I'm riding, I want the same thing. I want my horse to so just a little, no, you see. Come on. So just a little demonstration. When I finish my training, I'll often take my halter off. We're not going to do it here today, and just see if my horse will follow me around. So a lot of the stuff is repetitive. Consistency is key. So always making sure I hold my body in the correct position. I can't change it from day to day because the horse will get confused. But keeping consistency in mind, body language, being able to set it left and right, walk, trot, canter, and then we're going to get on to some more refined.
the parade now. The winner of the Farnbridge Youngstown.
What I'm looking for is for him to take
Morgan
responsibility
Horse,
for that
CMUK
trot,
training catch.
and I can virtually stand still one spot and walk.
And Michelle Snelling's Gaby Zeus for the championship after the ribbon toss.
So you'll notice when he turns and takes me, I drop my rope out. So I'm teaching him how to ground tie. So eventually I can drop my rope anywhere at the show, in the arena, wherever it may be. I can just drop my rein on the ground and my horse will stand nice and calm and relax for me.
Class
Because
300,
I've taught him through repetition
4 years
how
old.
to do this. So they take 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times. But eventually he'll get the idea and he'll look for relaxation. Something coming up behind him, moving forward. Somebody's got his always looking. Okay, so just try a little trot on the other side, working towards me. When I'm working with my horse, I want to have equal amounts of draw and push. I get the horse to come to me, heel towards me, or heel away from me. Try a little trot. Just by increasing the energy in my tail, I get it through. I often use a verbal cue to maintain that gait. It's a nice trot. What I'm looking for is for that head to drop down. You'll see his inside ears coming towards me and he's watching me. So he's connected with me, watching me. He's starting to look at me and look for leadership basically. I call it passive leadership. So the horse is more inclined to follow you if you understand his language. If you don't, you'll often get all that stuff going on, rearing, bucking, relaxation from all these buttons. You'll also be told from the third when things go wrong. So my calmness, my ability to respond rather than react is critical. So, for example, the takeoff now, I have to remain really calm, easy, and you can find really struggling with his ankle a bit, so I'm going to work on that. So every now and again I have to be a little bit more consistent. So everything I do, I ask really nice and calmly first, and then the intensity of that will increase a little bit until he gets it. And then I step back a little bit because I don't want to cancel him, I don't want to him, I don't want to distract him. I want him to understand. I look at that ankle that moves around. And if I take my scope away, that'll tell me whether it's really working or not, whether you'll do it. So his choice is to stay with me and start to listen. Keep with me. Go to sleep. So he's got a choice. He can follow me or he can walk away from me. That's his choice. So we'll keep testing that. Send him off again here. See every now and again he resists me on the shoulder. Might just push him out a bit here. The shoulder away a bit. Using a verbal cue. No reason why you can't use verbal cues to train your horse. It's just a repetitive. Just keeping it simple so that you'll get that ankle. These exercises you need to regulate with your horse's ability and fitness too, because a lot of the work we do is building muscle as well as teaching the horse or learning with the horse how to do the things I'm asking you. Or see how he's starting to relax and release. Every now and then his head will go up and he'll pick up on something. As long as he doesn't react. At the moment he's responding, picking up the environment around him, but it's okay, he's relaxed. One of the signs you can see when a horse is not relaxed, he stops flinching. So his eye will just go solid. You can see how he's looking at me, he's more interested. He's a lowing also. Two types of horses in my book. Ones that got more go than woe, and those that have got more woe than go. So he's one of those horses. Can you imagine when he gets revved up though, there'll be a lot of energy in there, but he's got more woe than go, so I've got to work harder to get him to really speak. It's all about managing the space between us. That's what horses do. So if they want to move another horse away from it, they'll put their ears back, they'll flick their tail, there's a whole bunch of signs before that horse will actually rush the other horse and chase it away. So if you're smart enough, you can avoid confrontation. They use non-verbal cues to warn the other horse, hey, don't come into my space, or stay back, this is my piece of grass. You can see how his state of relaxation is now very relaxed. He's starting to lick his shoes. He's going to start yawning too. His eyes are going to roll back. So this was the main purpose of my demo this morning, was to show you how to get the horse to relax, because it's an essential part of training. And we often leave that out. And relaxation comes from understanding, connection, and trust. Otherwise, you would tell me if he wasn't relaxed. You would tell me if he wasn't happy in the space that he's in. And that would be easy to see, because his head would be in the air and just running around, which is not very great. Can I ask you all to give me a big round of applause? Carlo? Right. Okay, so you can see how he picked up on that, but he's not reacting. The most important thing is, if he did react, and he did move his feet, is that I stay calm. So if he moves around me, if he was out of here and he's on a mission, I'd just stay real calm, stay in the middle here until he comes back to me and relaxes before I. So let's see if he will move his hind quarter for me. I'm going to step in here and just like to do this hindquarter there. And let's get around here. So as you can see, what I'm doing is moving his feet. Get him to understand my cues, consistent, and also builds respect. Because to be able to read the horse's feet, you have to have the knowledge and learn how to gain his respect, but the connection. They have this system inside their hood where they respect each other and they know how to communicate.
There are three different breeds for us to admire in the Nethfield Ring. The second of the foreign breed classes
So
judged by
you see that nice calm walk. That's what I'm looking for. Is a nice calm walk, head below his withers. Before I start to send him up to the trot or centre, I want to make sure that that's working properly. And then when I go to the trot, I'll be looking for the same
So light
position.
draft.
Nice slow head carriage, nice and calm. It also helps
Large
with
head,
top line
straight
muscles.
neck and a
I don't use gadgets
powerful body.
to pull them in or pull them down. This is relaxation.
The numbers today is
So
the
it's
second
going to be a
ever
little trot,
Belgian
and
draft
I think we almost
in France. Originally used Hollywood and Pine Forest the Jura Mountains, and in the
get the trot, so using as little energy as possible. I'll use my huge trot.
they are bred robust and tough from their far more rugged country. But they were also used for horses.
I can now start to walk and trot around. You see his head start to bop a little bit.
Sure-footed nature.
So coming back in here, eventually every time he stops and I drop the rope, he's going to get the message how to relax.
Draft horse
Now and again, he's pull back.
farm horse display for us here. That's the case.
He's also probably used to being held quite close here. So the creature might go the other direction. Okay, so just got a little bit of time left. I think we're going to just see if we can work him up a little bit so that we ask him to do a little bit more. So working, when you're training your horses, working with the threshold. So I'm always aware of the threshold. Where's the horse at? How much does it know? And how much more pressure can I put it? Because pressure is your friend. It's not a problem. But knowing how much to put on and when to release and how to get more energy out of it. But then you should be able to come back and relax and really. So in my back pocket I've got a little flag here.
Always done in
So
colour.
sometimes you just for focus.
Did they recognise variation?
And I want you to
The fjord is one of the world's
not be afraid of it,
oldest breeds, used
but to respect it at the
years
same
for
time.
farm.
It's just an extension of my hand. I can use that as my tail.
Muscular, of course,
I've got to make sure that he's okay and
Really
I can
good
run it all around him.
temperament. It's used
And I'll use it just as a little bit
both
of
as a harness horse and
focus.
under
Give me a little bit of focus. I'm going to step out and just send him out and just see if I can use him with my flag. Using a flag is, I don't recommend that anybody just picks up a flag on a horse if you don't have the experience.
originated in Norway.
All harm and good if you don't know what to do. But just for the sake of getting a little bit more out of them, a little bit more quicker, just being a little bit more focused. Around. Being able to take that pressure off is what's important. See how he responds a little better there. And now he's also more focused on me. Come here, boy. Yeah, mate. Drag this flag out in front of him. See how he looks at that. So I use it mainly for focus. If I need extra energy, then I'll use it too. The reason why I use a retractable flag is to put it away, because if I overdo it, I'm going to end up in the wrong place. The horse is petrified rather than relaxed.
For centuries, the Andalusians was used as a tool of diplomacy by the Spanish government. Monarchs across Europe used roads
See how he is.
owned these Spanish horses. So To the extent
My young horse, I do a lot of this
exports
training up to
of
Tuscany.
Andalusians from Spain were restricted until as recently as the 1960s.
Okay, so you can
The
see how that's
Andalusian was
brought him
among the
down.
first horses used for
relaxing.
classical
So
dressage,
the flag can be used for relaxation.
and they're still
Often
known
we
to
use the
use
flag to
in mounted bullfights.
take them away from relaxation.
Andalusians used for dressage,
Okay,
shake
I'm
up,
going to
and
move the other
driving,
direction. So the
and
point
extensively in the movies because of their historical elegance.
So learning how to use your training aids and using a call it carrot stick in horsemanship or a flag or whatever you may use. It's all about how you use it and how you release. So ultimately, I don't have to do much at all to get it to work with me, start learning, and then after that, practice. So I'm going to pop this down here, see if I can focus, relax. So, the philosophy that pressure is yours. Pressure is good, not bad. Okay, so can you guys give me another big clap for it while he's down here? Thank you. So that's focus. So I've got him focusing here. And keep him here for longer and longer. I often see people riding around, also the other day riding around the arena. Not a criticism, just an observation. And see horses I saw, not one of them was focused on the job. They were working around the arena, and the horses were throwing their head down, looking around. A lack of focus. So try and train a horse. Lack of focus, connection. It's really hard. It can be done, but it takes a lot longer. That I do also helps with getting the horse up and start to work towards liberty. And where the horse is 100% connected with me. Move around, left and right. And he knows how to stick with me. He knows, understands my language. And same time. So working both sides of your horse is really, really important. Working on the left side of the brain, the right side of the brain. He's a bit of an introvert, this chap. So sometimes the introverts hold tension, underlying tension that can bubble up with relaxation. But the opposite way to what I was doing now, mainly to do with his ability to relax. So although it's quite short, still a little bit of relaxation. Something like that.
So leading the parade, the winner of class 310. And in France is
Okay, so we're just going to up the energy a little bit and send him off.
Jasper Deloitte.
See if we can have a nice trot here.
We'll see
So using my flag,
Francois
I want to be careful I don't do too much of sending the flag towards
and
or
Jeffrey
I want to learn to
Fiord,
change my
Applehouse,
stick here. So this could be walk,
for the
that
championship,
could be trot, this could be canter.
which follows
So I want
on
to be subtle and easy to
Class St. Place winners.
So to get that, I need to put myself in position for the trot, for example, there, and I think trot
To the ring,
and a bit of energy.
nah.
So the horse can see the difference between my flag being there and down here. You can see that. So if I pick it up, so I just keep do repetition. Come on. So I'm going off from there and trot, flick, and trot. While maintain that trot now with my flag in this position. And nice and soft, not pulling away from me. Come on. And as soon as I drop my flag, and let's see if you'll turn the faces from out there so you can pick up my signal from here. How much time have you got? I don't.
Really? Where?
Huh?
Up north. Brighton.
Okay, what's the time then? Oh, okay, plenty of time. Great. Okay, so I'm going to walk him around here. Anybody got any questions? Someone? Anybody got any questions? Hi, how are you? I see people I know here. Anybody got any questions? Yep. 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 Ideally, if you can get him to come back to you, sometimes that's, so what the question was, sometimes the lady's working with a horse, probably in the arena, and the horse pulls away and runs to the corner, and won't come back to her, or she's got to go over and try and catch him again. What you want really is for your horse to catch you. If he's stuck in a corner, for example, I'll see if I've got the patience and the time to just come back to me. If he hasn't got the strong connection, he might struggle with it. But you just put on a hind quarter. Not sure what's going on. Some energy onto the hind quarter. For example, if I wanted him to follow me for here and I didn't have a rope on him, and I said follow me, and he would follow me, I go to that hind quarter because I've done some work on that. So I'll move the hind quarter first, the hind quarter, then I'll move forward. Because often they get stuck in that position. So if you've done enough work, the first thing is to get him to, why is he running away from you? That's more the question, isn't it? So we're not sure what that is, but often it's a lack of understanding, or the horse is still learning. Spooky. Yep. Okay, so there's another classic example of reading your horse and being able to identify what's going on. Is it me that's putting that horse into that state? Is it the environment? Is it a combination? Is it lack of understanding or lack of ability to relax and release? So that's your first place is to get relaxation and release. And sometimes it's hard to see whether it's escalating, especially when you start off. It's hard to see whether it's actually escalating or not. So de-escalating the situation, just for relaxation beforehand. So you see when he gets distracted, he throws his head in the air. Does that answer your question? Yeah? Good. So it's all going back to basics, training, connection. Does my horse want to be with you? Has to be. Yes, he's like a horse. And if a horse doesn't want to be with me, there's a good reason for it. And it's often just us learning how to understand horse language, how to get them to move around us. Simple things like just left and right, backwards and forwards. We'll try a trot here. Trot. I just increase my intensity, my rope, and see if I can get this to trot. Because he's got more woe than go at the moment, it takes quite a bit of energy, but what I don't want to do is move my feet too much, because if you start moving your feet too much, the shoulders start to move away from you, and we end up chasing rather than the horse taking responsibility, understanding what I'm saying. Every now and again I'm going to walk back, I want to encourage my horse to come to me, whether I'm walking backwards or forwards, Eventually he'll join up with me and walk next to me and understand my feet. When I stop, you stop. When I move, you move with me. Just going to try that a little bit again. Take that slow forward. Just use your wallet around. So, at the moment, behind me, what I'd like him to do is come up next to me. I'm going to do a little turn here. You see, he doesn't have much energy.
Then we come to the foreign breed championship. Judgment by
So what I'll do eventually is I'll start to use a training aid, for example, a carrot stick, and get him to start to come up closer to
But Stephanie's
work with me.
champion is
I'm
the
really
Comptoir,
keen, I'm
owned
really happy
by
with
the
this.
Francis
For now,
Gaspard
the
Deloitte.
quality.
The
go to
reserve
the grass.
champion, Björn Martin's Morgan horse, CMUK Dream Catcher.
I'm going to use my flag a little bit here, just to come up a little bit. So just a bit of energy just for him to move up. So this is all new for him. So he might, I've got to be careful that I don't put, come on. I've got to be careful that I don't put too much energy into him, because then he might move away from me. So it's just a balancing act to start with, get him to come up next to me. So if I turn, with. So you see I had to use this to get a little bit of energy out of him, just to get him up a little bit, stay with me, just a bit of energy, and that's basically my tail from behind. The good thing is that he's licking it. Far away. Okay, so let's see if I step this way,
As winners here at the
and he'll come over
Kentucky
to me.
the photograph. Epics are here. Down by entrance 7. Save your time.
So just getting him to stay with me and start to stick with me a little more. So this sort of stuff you can start off in a round pen, do this, but if you can get it out here, we should start to get something. Come on, get energy. So you can see how he's starting to follow me a little, he's starting to stick with me, and then he gets distracted. So, just going to work on that a little bit. If I walk a little faster, he'll walk with me. If I slow down, he'll slow down. So that's it. In essence, now we start to communicate to non-verbal, and he wants to be with me. Because if he didn't want to be with me, he's got a choice. Done so well to lovely boy Claire. You want to making sure I work both sides of his brain, get him moving. Get a bit of energy out of him on this side. So what you'll often find is one side of your horse will work better than the other, and it's normally the left side where things go quite well, and then the right side often where things are difficult.
The
Because
parade.
of the emotional and
The
issue,
foreign
like
breed
kids,
champion.
like us, like humans, often they'll struggle on one side.
Francis
It's like being-
Comptoir
for a
Gaspard
human, it's
Deloitte.
like being left or right.
Following on in reserve. Björn Martin's Morgan horse.
Making sure you put equal amounts of work doing or in connection to both sides. we talked about draw, talked about backwards, if you'll come to me, or if I change direction, or I think you need a clap for that, don't you? Give him a clap? Boys. Good. So we started to get to that place where I don't need a halter, I don't need a rope. All I need is a connection with my horse. And we can start to do liberty, we can start to do tricks if you want to, but most importantly is we've got a safe horse. So we don't get hurt out there. And being able to identify when your horse is emotionally coping or not coping, be able to identify that and deal with it as we go along. So he's done really well. He's done really well today, especially for his first time. And he could easily run to the corner, couldn't he? He hasn't chosen to do that yet, so really wants to connect. And this is the thing with all horses, they want to connect. Come on. And in spite of what's going on around us, you can still feel connected. Come on. You can still feel connected with me. I might lose him. Come on. I might lose him, but I always be back. And so, for example, if he walks away from me rather than chase after him, I'll walk away from him. And he might go, okay, maybe I'll find this safety I'm looking for somewhere out there. Eventually you're going to figure out that it's right here. Through the groundwork program and the training program that I use, the repetition. Repetition, consistency. She's going for it. She might be going for that. So, okay, we're going to take a little chance here. I don't think you'll go anywhere. Just going to take your halter off and finish up with that and see whether he'll still stay with me, because there's a good chance now that he won't. I don't think he's going to. So there you had just a big sigh and a relax. So one of the things you might do now is you may say, I'm going to eat grass now, because you let me go. But I want to see if I can still maintain my connection and see what I can do. So, I don't know about you, but for his first time working with me, I think he's done amazing. And I think he's done enough for today. So, that's the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed that. Just going to give him one more big clap and just see if he runs away from me. Let's go. He runs away from you, mate. Good boy. Good lad. Thank you for your time. I'll be presenting tomorrow and Sunday, so you're welcome back. If you want, got any questions, check. We've got a stall just over there on my left. If you want to come over for a chat, we've also got horsemanship gear for sale and bits and bobs, so please come over and have a chat if you'd like to. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's go, big boy.
I've just been explaining to Claire that she needs to do more competitions now because her horse loves applause and stands there and laps it up. So more competitions, Claire.
Thank you for watching.